Well, I be damned. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Jack Southall, and I am here to review the big daddy of them all, WrestleMania 31. I know there's probably a gazillion reviews of this show, and I know there's probably, this is going to come out 2 days afterwards, but, I don't care. At least I've got a review up of it. But damn, to be honest, this pay-per-view caught me by surprise, and this is honestly, like, one of the most fun shows I've ever watched, like, honestly. Very, very fun show. But, let's not muck around, let's get into it. We'll talk about the pre-show. I didn't watch the pre-show, but, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, so my boys, they beat the New Day, Los Matadores, and the Usos. Very happy about that. So we sorry about this. Then we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, also on the pre-show. The participants were Miz, Mizdow, Ryback, Cesaro, Tyson, Kane, Usos, Goldust, Eric Rowan, The New Day, Jack Swagger, Titus O'Neil, Heath Slater, Darren Young, The Ascension, Mark Henry, Sin Cara, Los Matadores, Bo Dallas, Zack Ryder, Alex Riley, Fandango, Adam Rose, Axelmania, Curtis Axel, and did I forget anyone? Hideo Itami from NXT. Apparently Big Show won. Yay. But I know Big Show's never won a Battle Royal before, and he should get his time, which I can kind of see, but come on, Mizdow should have won. That was his moment right there. Is he going to be called Sandow now? Because he shoved the Miz out of the ring, so that must have been it. But, yeah, sucks Big Show won. Should have been Mizdow, but who gives a shit. First, our opening contest, so we had America the Beautiful sing by Ali Black. If you don't know him, he's the guy who sung the song The Man and I Need a Dollar and all that stuff. But opening contest was ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. We had Bad News Barrett defending against Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, Stardust, and R-Truth. I thought this was a great way to open up the show. You know, so many cool, crazy spots. There was the superplex off the ladder, which is always insane to see. And of course, at the start, everyone does the jump over the rope and fall on everyone's fit skit. But a very brutal thing that I saw was when Luke Harper just powerbombed poor Dean Ambrose through the ladder. That looked absolutely brutal. I couldn't believe, what Dean Ambrose put himself through, so respect to him. But Daniel and Dolph were the two last guys to fight onto the fucking ladder, and they were trying to hold on, and I didn't really care. I just wanted to see who would win. Personally, I was more siding towards Bryan than Ziggler, but if he won, I would still be very happy. But Ziggler gets pushed off, and Bryan is the new Intercontinental Champion. That's so weird, man. That Bryan, he ended WrestleMania as World Champion. Now he's opening WrestleMania at WrestleMania 31 as the Intercontinental Champion. It was pretty cool. I'm happy that Bryan is getting the championship shot. Hopefully this brings the Intercontinental Championship some more prestige that it really needs. There's so many guys he can work with. He might work with Bad News Barrett maybe tomorrow night on Raw. But I hope there's a feud between him and Dolph Ziggler. Maybe Dean Ambrose, whatever. And also, where the hell was Sheamus for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? I forgot to say this, but where was Sheamus? He'll probably return tomorrow night anyway. Probably get a lukewarm reception, because you know what the crowds after WrestleMania are like. They're smarky crowds, so Anyway, next up we got Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. A pretty damn good. Tonight seemed to be debut your new attire night because everyone was wearing something they don't usually wear, you know. With a couple of exceptions, you know. Sting wore his usual shit. AJ Lee, Dean Ambrose, kind of. Cena, I'm not going to say Taker, I'm not going to say why. Hang on, I'm trying to... and Brock Lesnar. All those were wearing their normal stuff. Everyone else had something completely different on. So Randy Orton comes out, it's 2004, I guess. He's got red trunks with silver and black or something, and Seth Rollins has got like a black and yellow trim with a yellow trim on it. It was an alright attire, and they went out there for like the same length as Bryan as the ladder match, and it was a really good showing. These two put on a lot of great spots throughout. Seth Rollins did like a fucking sunset flip or something like that, and onto Orton on the outside, and hit his back right onto the table. It looked bad, but you know, there was some RKOs, there was some curb stomps in there, but the highlight of the match for me was definitely that ending. Holy shit. Rollins was going to go for the curb stomp. Orton just pushes up and then lands him with an RKO. It is a thing of beauty. I marked out hard for that. Oh man, one of the best RKO out of nowheres I've seen. Like, I know it's become cliche to say that because of the whole internet trend last year, but man, that was so fucking cool. Randy wins. You know, I wanted Rollins to win, but oh well. Randy won, and I couldn't think of a better way with that ending. So, which was the segment we got Bryan as IC champion, Maria Menounos, however the fuck you pronounce his last name, interviewed him, and all these past legends came out. It was pretty cool. I don't know which bit that was on. I think it was like at the end a bit. Anyway, we got next up is Triple H versus Sting. Yes, we get Triple H versus Sting in the middle of the card. Weird. But yeah, I gotta say, this was an awesome match. Just the build-up was really cool. Sting came out. Sting's entrance fell a bit flat, probably because they were in the outside in Santa Clara, California. It was sunny as shit. And there were these like drummers, these Asian drummers going boom, 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 and they're all in Sting face paint. It was kind of cool. If they did it in the dark, it would have been a lot better, which was unfortunately which some of the entrances fell flat on, because the majority of this show was in daylight, and it wasn't until like the last hour of the show where it was getting dark during the main event. But whatever, Sting comes out, he looks sick, and but that entrance pales in comparison to what Triple H does. He goes full on Terminator, and it was awesome. You got these Terminator dudes. Are they called the T-800s? I don't know. They come up, and other dudes come in, and they did like, you know, how he's got that red eye and sees and stings his target, and then up he rises, and it's like Triple H has got this robotic version of his King of Kings attire. It was sick, man. Like a cyborg version. Off the chains, you know. Like, hands down, the best entrance of this show. Like, and there were a lot of good entrances. So Triple H is in his cyborg King of Kings gear, which looks awesome. Arnold Schwarzenegger is like, which makes sense that he would be out there, is all like time to play the game, or worst Arnie accent ever. But anyway, yeah, fantastic match. Lots of very methodical pace, very old school kind of vibe we got here. But the highlight for me was when DX's music hits, and the New Age Outlaws and X-Pac come in, and they beat up on Sting, and then all of a sudden, the NWO comes out with the 3 original members, Hogan, Nash, Hall, and they're just staring each other down, and they have a big punch-up. It was fucking awesome. So, I thought Sting was going to win, because Triple H went for the sledgehammer, Sting went for the bat. I think Shawn Michaels got involved and hit the sweet chin music. I was actually hoping that Goldberg was come out, but let's be for real, Goldberg will probably never come back to the WWE. But, you know, it is what it is. It didn't really matter to me. But, so, fucking Sting gets the bat. Triple H is holding the hammer, and he just breaks it in half, which was really cool. But in the end, some screwy stuff happened, and Triple H ended up getting the win, which I'm just showing my shirt. Big devil. I'll talk about Undertaker later, but yeah, I thought it was a great match, and it was a good, you know, kind of homage to the Monday Night Wars. You know, Triple H and DX representing WWF for the Attitude Era, and then Sting and the NWO representing WCW. So, like, if they had Stone Cold, and if they would have brought out The Rock earlier, that would have been sick. And have, like, Goldberg and Ric Flair come out, like, that'd be amazing. Holy shit. But that's a bit far-fetched, so I don't know. Yeah, thumbs up to that match. Great stuff. Next, we get AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins. I think before this, there was like a performance by Kidding and Skylar Grey, but I skipped over it because, seriously, who gives a fuck? But yeah, the Divas put on a good showing for the time they had. All 4 of them looked good. Paige was bangable, AJ was bangable, Nikki was bangable, Brie was bangable. Everyone was just beautiful. But AJ Lee and Paige ended up getting the win, which was funny because the Bellas kept knocking poor AJ off the side of the ring, and Paige had to pretty much fight off for herself. Did you see Paige's streaks in it, like the blue streaks? Like, I really like that. I thought that was pretty hot. But so Brie and I didn't know about Brie's attire. It was a bit weird, but I don't care. So Paige gets beaten up by the Bellas for a bit, and then finally she tags in AJ, and she ends up winning the match. I think it was like Black Widow and Nikki taps, and Nikki or Brie, whatever, and they win the match. So congrats AJ and Paige, and congrats to all the Divas, because you did pretty well in this match, I gotta admit. Thumbs up to you guys. Next, we've got the United States Championship match, Rusev versus John Cena. Oh man, Rusev's entrance, amazing. The Russian national anthem was playing, bloody, like, cannons were lined up, and all these Russian dudes were there, and Lana's back, thank Christ, and she was looking good as well. She was looking legit. So, she had like a scarf around her, she looked really hot. And so, she's holding the US belt and all titles, sorry, I don't call it a belt. And so, Rusev comes out in this fucking tank. Brilliant. Oh, man. I would have loved if, like, John Cena came out before he did and he just shot him during the match, but that'd be a bit horrible if that was to actually happen. But whatevs. Yeah, fantastic intro by Rusev, showing some Russian propaganda, good stuff. And then John Cena comes out with his American propaganda, and it's propaganda galore. But, oh well, it doesn't matter. Hey, yeah, these two put on a pretty good effort. Well, not an effort, they put on a great show. It looks like Cena was getting torn down for a bit, and I wanted Rusev to win, but Cena ended up getting back here and there until finally, I think Lana tried to throw her shoe. Did you guys see that? She tried to throw her shoe at fucking Cena, and Cena's like, really? Like, when he's got the STF in, and so she throws shoe, whatever. Rusev goes in for the kill, but Lana's on the apron, and John Cena's like right next to her. Cena ducks out, and Rusev accidentally bumps into Lana, then hits the AA. 1, 2, 3. Cena wins, lol, and he's your new United States champion. I didn't really. I'm a little bit disappointed that Cena won, but who gives a shit? This was a great WrestleMania, so I'm not angry by this, you know? Cena's the US champion, the big bad face of the WWE is holding a mid-card title. Like, wow. You know, just wow. But, you know, Cena's the US champion. Whatever you do, John, please don't bring back that spinner belt that you had like 11 years ago. It's just an ugly looking title. Ugh. Just keep it as the normal US belt, please. Next up, before we get to Taker and Wyatt, which I'll talk to, we had a bit of a segment involving Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They instantly got changed automatically. And Triple H and Seth reveals the attendance record. I think it was like over 76,000. You know, typical WrestleMania crowds, huge. But I think Triple H says, when I beat Sting, I felt like I beat 76,000 of you. And just pretty much, I thought Triple H had turned face when he shook hands with Sting at the end. But, nope, he's still a heel. And then all of a sudden, The Rock comes out of nowhere. The star of Furious 7 just hops out. And, you know, of course the crowd goes nuts for him. And so they start talking some trash. And then bloody Stephanie comes along, slaps Rock in the face. And I thought, are we going to see a Rock bottom? But The Rock, being the gentleman that he is, goes, I won't fight you, but I know a woman that will. He goes into the crowd and he's walking. And I thought, is he, because he walked past because his mum was sitting in the front row, and I'm like, is he going to bring his mother out to kick her ass? And I'm like, that'd be funny as shit. But no, he actually walked up to Ronda Rousey, the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion, and the crowd went nuts for that. That she came in with Rock, and they're standing side by side. And I think Rock said something really funny to Stephanie, where it's like, I will warn you, when she gives you this look, she's going to rip out your intestines and play rope with your fallopian tube, or something ridiculous like that. But Stephanie and Ronda get into a little debacle, and Rock starts laying haymakers on Triple H, and then Ronda Rousey just takes Triple H down, which was hilarious. Ronda also came in and, you know, was holding Stephanie McMahon's arm. I thought she was going to, like, break it, but nah. You know, she's a lady, so she wouldn't do that. Ronda Rousey's just so attractive to me. Someone that can absolutely kill me in real life. I seem to have an attraction to, so does that make me weird? Nah, probably Next, Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. Once again, problem with doing WrestleMania outdoors. The sun was out, so Bray Wyatt and Undertaker's entrance didn't seem that cool, but it was still good for what it was. Bray Wyatt had these scarecrow zombie thingies come out when he was walking to the ring, which looked really creepy. Undertaker came out in his classic hat and coat. None of this big hooded stuff that he's known to wear for. The classic hat and jacket, which is my favorite look of Undertaker. But Taker comes, so these two, and Taker now has a new hairdo. He's got like a slick back look. He's going for like the CM Punk look. But yeah, these two put on a great showing. There was Sister Abigail's, tombstones, the whole 9 yards. Favorite bit was when Bray Wyatt does this creepy Spider-Man pose, and then Taker just sits up and looks at him, and they just stare each other down. I think Bray goes for Sister Abigail, but then he reverses tombstone piledriver. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker wins. To be honest, I didn't really like Undertaker winning, even though I'm wearing his t-shirt. I still feel that Bray Wyatt should have won, but you know, I'm happy that Taker he looks a lot better than he did last year. You know, I think it's the new hairdo that's making him look a lot younger. But you know, Undertaker, this was a much better match than last year. You know, I'm happy for Taker. He did a great job, and I'm just happy overall. This was a great match. Bray Wyatt should be proud. Taker should be proud. It's 22-1 at Mania. Still the best streak in the biz. But, you know, congrats Taker and congrats Wyatt. You guys put on a great show. Next, the main event. Oh boy. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I think this might be my match of the night. The match I said was going to suck balls on previous Raw reviews just based on the build-up. But man, they had a haymaker. That was a great match. Lesnar and Reigns killed it, especially Reigns. You gotta give him his due, man. He took an ass whipping by Lesnar, just flogged the shit out of him. But Reigns did fight back. He threw Lesnar into the corner, and he got busted open, which was cool. I started to get really worried because Roman was doing his big Superman thing. He did the Superman punches, he did the spears, and then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins comes out with the fucking briefcase, and he says, I'm gonna cash it in. He does, and he's added into the match, and now it's a triple threat match. So Rollins just comes in, he's hitting curb stomps everywhere, he gets on Roman Reigns, 1, 2, 3, and Seth Rollins is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I marked out big time when that happened. It was so awesome, so amazingly executed, just fan-fucking-tastic booking on that match. The build-up sucked, but the match was just top-notch. Just I gotta give it to Reigns, Lesnar, and Rollins, because that was beautifully executed. Just the storytelling was just great. I just reached a whole new level of respect for Roman Reigns. They'll probably say something about this tomorrow night on Raw, and yeah. So overall, WrestleMania 31 was a very fun show to watch. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give this pay-per-view, you know what, let's give it a 9 out of 10. This was a fun ass show to watch. Very, very enjoyable. So, yeah, WrestleMania 31 gets a 9 from me. Match of the night. Not a lot of people will agree with this, but Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and I guess versus Seth Rollins. But I'm just going to say Lesnar and Reigns to be safe. Yeah, that's just going to wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed WrestleMania 30. I did. I thought it was great. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe if you want to see more stuff from me, and I'll see you guys later. I'll do a Raw review, probably tomorrow or the next day, whenever. This video is probably going to be posted on Wednesday, and I better wrap it up because it's about to be 26 minutes. But, yeah, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you later, and I am out in 3, 2, 1.